I'm in a group chat called the B-Boys Club,
Mm-hmm.
and it's all boys who have sold a company for at least $1 billion. That's the membership criteria. It doesn't exclude women. Women would be allowed. It's just so thus far only boys have
Testosterone
applied.
plays, yeah.
And so I've for years, like this goes back to when I sold my company. I got invited to the B-Boys Club, and I've tried to shame people and said, guys, you have so much money.
Yeah.
Why are you not doing what you know is the right thing to do with this capital? Why are you not, according to whatever your system of values is? I'm not even saying do what I want you to do. Why aren't you doing what you know you should be doing? And some people, this is actually like I've had people tell me, this really actually changed my thinking. I should be doing what I know is right. And there's other people who have said very clearly, you know what? Racing old vintage race cars is extremely fun, Palmer. I've paid my dues. I am not in it to I'm not in it to stress like I used to when I started my company. And it's my point to them is, are you going to be Batman, or are you going to be you? I'm not saying everyone should become a vigilante crime fighter, but you don't. Why wouldn't you use your resources to do the thing that
As well as your intelligence, right?
Well,
because giving away money is the easier part of it too.
That's a great point. Well, money, intelligence, and network, and reputation.
Yeah.
Why was I able to start Anduril? Money was a small part of it. It was because I was able to raise further money. It's because people believed in me because I was a proven founder. I had started a multi-billion-dollar company. I had successfully exited. That makes it easier to recruit people. You're right. These people, they're in a position that no amount of money alone could do. You could take some guy off the street, give him $10 billion, and he won't be able to accomplish half of what some of these people would be able to accomplish. I don't want to pick anybody in the B-Boys Club, but imagine what would happen if, I don't know, who would maybe be a good fit? Who's a tech founder who's not really doing anything anymore?
Imagine
that guy.
I've got examples. With
the thing is, I'm trying to
$100+ billion and gone.
What if they announced they were starting a new company to solve some problem, and they were hiring the founding team, and they were going to build another many billion-dollar titan?
They would attract the greatest, players on the planet instantly.
Yeah, and that's almost a free resource. You don't even have to spend your money. Just you're just betting your reputation.
Yeah,
I don't know.
The flip side of it is, what do? You leave your money to your kids to ruin their lives? Or what I love even more is the irony of the giving pledge.
Sure.
Which I've had this conversation with Gates. I've not had it with others, but you're pledging to give half of your money to a nonprofit before you die that could sit on the money and do nothing with it.
I don't know. Hopefully I don't piss anybody off who's done the giving pledge. But the way that I look at it is, when you pledge to give away your money, what you're really saying is, I think other people can do more good with my money than I can. I think that my view of the world will be more competently executed by others than myself.
Yeah.
And on the one hand, look, maybe there's people that are like that for real. Maybe some of them, they are truly mentally not what they used to be, physically not what they used to be. But for many of these people, I think that they absolutely could achieve their goals better than handing it to a non-founder NGO to go
to a bunch of lawyers to go and
correct. And
so let me give you the flip
that's
point.
That's why I haven't done it.
Yeah.
My thinking is, look, I've got a view as to how the world should be. Yeah. And I don't think that there's anyone else who's going to more faithfully execute on that than me.
So my proposal
when I'm all old and used up, maybe I'll change my mind.
Hopefully we'll have some good longevity products by then. But my view of the world is, instead of that, I want people to do an impact pledge.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I pledge to eliminate, child slavery or hunger in this country, and then
go bankrupt trying,
sure. And there's some amazing people, like Tony Robbins does this, Mark Benioff does this, and others. But where you call your shot,
sure,
and then you invite others to come and join you. So imagine, if you would, sort of a list of all of the impacts around the world being
That's
taken.
interesting. Well,
Right.
and then you can measure the results
Yes.
by the quality of the outcome rather than the number of dollars put in.
Yeah.
Right now, it's, oh, well, he put $1 billion into this thing. It's really hard to track that outcome versus saying, I will end this disease.
Yeah.
To be fair, I think Bill Gates has done this.
Gates has done that for sure.
Despite signing the Giving Pledge, he has also gone and said, here's my stake. We're going to eliminate this disease. We are going to achieve this level of carbon capture per dollar. And that's actually pretty cool.
That's very real. And for everybody else, for God's sakes, and I know you'll do this, and others have, is commit yourself because you can only spend so much money in your lifetime.
Right.
So we have the ability to do such extraordinary things as humans and solve so many problems.
Especially in the time we live in.
Yeah.
I know you do. Like, it's so great to wake up and realize, wow, there are things that I can do today almost trivially easily that would have been the work of a lifetime just a few decades ago. Isn't that extraordinary?
The stuff you did between breakfast and lunch would qualify you as a god 100 years ago.
Yep. It's so easy to lose sight of that when you fall into the human routine and you say, oh, I have these problems. I'm struggling to deal with this situation. I'm having this family problem.
And those are all very true.
It's all very true. It doesn't mean they aren't real, but there's some people who feel like, oh man, I was born in the wrong generation. I can't imagine being born
any other time. The only time more exciting today is tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.